He told me to go take a nice walk, then laughed, while he drove off to the beach with his family and left me, 8 months pregnant, stranded at a gas station in the middle of nowhere. 5 hours later, the local news cameras were rolling. And trust me, he wasn't laughing anymore. If you've ever been betrayed by someone who swore to protect you, if you've ever been made to feel disposable, weak, or invisible, this story will hit you like a punch to the gut. Hit that like button, subscribe, and buckle up, because this revenge, it's going to be so satisfying. It started like any normal road trip. Or, at least, that's what I thought it would be. I was 32 weeks pregnant. Swollen ankles, constant back pain, the whole 9 yards. But my husband, let's just call him Eric, insisted on this family bonding trip with his parents and siblings. They had booked a beachside resort 2 states away. I protested. The heat, the drive, the exhaustion, I didn't think I could handle it. But Eric smiled and said, "You won't have to lift a finger. We'll take care of everything." Spoiler alert, he lied. From the moment we hit the road, I was ignored. In the van, his mom criticized me nonstop. "Maybe don't eat so much, dear, no wonder you're waddling." His sister rolled her eyes every time I asked to stop for a bathroom break. Eric, he just chuckled and said I was being dramatic. That's when I realized, this wasn't a family vacation. It was a trip I wasn't welcome on. I was just tolerated. 3 hours in, we pulled into a tiny, dusty gas station off a highway that looked like it hadn't seen a repair crew since the 90s. I asked to stop for the restroom and maybe stretch my legs. Eric turned to me and grinned like it was some inside joke. "Take a nice walk," he said, with a smirk. I laughed nervously. "What?" He shrugged. "You need exercise. We'll be back in a bit." And just like that, he, his family, the van, my bag, my phone, my wallet, were gone. Dust kicking up behind them like a scene out of a horror movie. At first, I honestly thought they were joking. I stood in the hot sun for 20 minutes. 30. Then an hour. Then 2. My feet were throbbing. My throat dry. My belly ached. I sat down on a splintered wooden bench next to the gas station's vending machine and prayed someone would stop and help. But here's the kicker. I wasn't near civilization. This wasn't a stop off the highway with Starbucks and Walmarts nearby. This was miles of empty road and tumbleweeds. The gas station attendant, an older man with kind eyes, offered me water and let me sit inside. He didn't have a phone line. His power was out. But he handed me a peanut butter sandwich and said, "You don't deserve this. Stay as long as you need." Eventually, someone from a local news channel showed up. Apparently, a traveler had posted a TikTok of a pregnant woman abandoned at a gas station, and it had started going viral. By the time the second news crew arrived, my husband's van was still nowhere in sight. They interviewed me on camera. I didn't cry. I didn't scream. I just looked straight into the lens and said, "If you ever find yourself marrying into a family who sees you as less than human, run. Run before they leave you like trash on the side of the road." The clip exploded online. In 24 hours, it had 3.2 million views. Within 48, it was on national television. And somewhere in between, Eric finally called. He wasn't apologizing. He was furious. Apparently, they had gone to the resort, without me. He claimed he didn't realize I wasn't in the van. Lies. He screamed that his boss saw the video, that he was being investigated for domestic neglect, and that his reputation was ruined. I didn't yell. I didn't curse. I just said, "You told me to take a nice walk. So, now, I'm walking out." I blocked him. But I wasn't done yet. In the weeks that followed, I filed for divorce. Publicly. I shared everything with my lawyer, the emotional abuse, the gaslighting, the manipulation. I had receipts, screenshots, testimonies. Then came the cherry on top. I sued him for reckless endangerment of a pregnant woman. And guess what? I won. The judge didn't even blink. The abandonment, the humiliation, the risk to both me and the baby. All documented. All undeniable. Eric lost his job. His boss, who was also a father, didn't take kindly to what he'd done. His family went radio silent. Nobody wanted to be associated with that guy from the gas station story. And me, I moved back in with my sister. I had a healthy, beautiful baby boy. I got therapy. I healed. And I got offers from advocacy groups and women's organizations who wanted me to speak at events, raise awareness, and empower other women to walk away from abuse. Eric tried to contact me 6 months later. His email said, "Can we talk? I miss my family." I didn't reply. The real revenge wasn't the lawsuit. Or the viral fame. Or even the job loss. It was the silence that followed. Knowing he would have to live every single day of his life being that man. The one who abandoned his pregnant wife in the heat so he could hit the beach. He expected me to beg. To come crawling back. Instead, I stood taller than I ever had. I didn't just walk away. I walked into a better life, one without him. Sometimes, karma doesn't come as thunder or fire. Sometimes, it comes as a quiet moment of power, when you realize you are no longer afraid. If someone tries to dim your light, remember this: you don't have to set yourself on fire to keep them warm. If this story gave you chills, smash that like button and tell us in the comments, what's the coldest revenge you've ever seen? And don't forget to subscribe for more real life stories where justice is finally served.